Hey everyone, Drew from Monkey's Tropical Adventures here to do another fragrance review on
What smells good to me?
So the fragrance I'm about to talk about was sent to me for a review. However, this is going to be a little bit different fragrance review because this interaction that I've had with this owner is a very profound one. What I've really enjoyed about doing reviews is the interactions with the owners of these companies. The ones that truly interact, that truly care about their consumer, not just pushing their product. And so I'm really moved by the ongoing email dialogue that I've been having with the owner of this company for like the last month, more so just within the last 24 hours, that I'm really blown away by what a great individual human being this person is, and that is George Zaharoff. So we're going to talk about Zaharoff's signature pour Homme. So I had reached out to George a while back, and he was going to send me a bottle, and then there was some issues with getting me a bottle, so he had sent a sample, and he said he wanted to send me a bottle. And you know, very apologetic, and I by no means, I'm like, it's fine, it's totally fine, I just appreciate, this is great, and sent this 4-ounce bottle. These are like the little subtleties that I'm talking about, and then I'll get into the whole fragrance, because I think actually George is more important in this video than the fragrance, just so you know what kind of guy this guy is. He signs all of his packages, and some people might think, oh, not a big deal. That old school classic touch to me means more than the product. Taking that extra effort. If you go on his Instagram, it shows him, I think he signed like 10,000 samples. The individual little sample decants with the card, signed it with a little message. Who does that? That's someone who truly has a passion, a love, and a care, not only for their product, but for their consumer. You don't see that. You know, a lot of these really big brands, you know, they make some great stuff, but that old way of doing things, it's like the old handshake and the eye contact and really connecting with your consumer, your client, it just doesn't happen that much anymore. The smaller fragrance companies that I've worked with, I'm seeing that. I'm into wet shaving, I'm seeing that in the wet shaving community, but it's almost a lost art. And that is something that when someone like George does this, not only do you have a consumer for life, but I back your play 100%. I would go to war with you. It means something to me when you have someone that has that passion, that desire, that drive. You don't see that anymore. And if you look at George's story, he was a fashion designer, and he was making fragrances before he had this comeback. And from what I understand, he was going to be working with Escada directly. And when the merger was supposed to take place, that happened to be September 11th, 2001, when the trade centers went down. And that business deal went south, and so did George's pretty much dream at that point. He was doing extremely well. And instead of just giving up, he clawed his way up and he made his way back. And this is his fragrance right now. This Zaharoff signature pour Homme. I see blood, sweat, and tears in this. I see passion, I see love, and just like I said, his interaction, and we're having these profound emails going back and forth. He's one of those, there is no bullshit, there's no disingenuine information that's going back and forth. This is someone that, like I said, I 100% back up. That means a lot to me. Like I said, more than the product itself, because finding a good human being with no hidden agenda nowadays is, especially in my line of work, when I'm dealing with bad people, I cherish those things. And so again, this is more about George. So I truly just appreciate him as a human being. And so I truly hope that just you watching this video, you look into his fragrances and you give this fragrance a try, because this is an old school classic. It's a mature classic scent. It's got great longevity. I put it on, it's almost 6 p.m. and I put this on at about 5:45 this morning, and it's still very much present. So if you're looking for that old school classic mature fragrance, this is going to be your jam. So I'm just going to break down the notes, and then I'm going to open the box up, show the whole presentation. So we've got lavender and black pepper, we've got pear and cardamom, blue cypress, temple oud, iris, ginger, blonde cedar, creamy sandalwood, black amber, vetiver, musk. So it is a very very nice, pleasant, woody fragrance. That lavender is very present. It reminds me of an old school classic 80 scent. And some people don't maybe not know how to take that. I'm 44 years old, so I remember those old school fragrances, a mature type fragrance, and that's what it really reminds me of. And I dig this old take on a fragrance, the way fragrances, a gentlemanly, masculine fragrance was made. So let's just break this bad boy down. So this is a 4 ounce, 120 ml, beautiful gold box with the inlay, with the Zaharoff and the symbol. The best, it says, best wishes, Andrew, nickname Drew, birth name Andrew. So just right there, that's awesome. So you open this up and you've got a little card. It's inspiration can come from the unexpected. On the back, it says something special awaits you. This is number 30106 out of a batch of 500. So it's all filled in. All just these old school classic touches. Here's a bottle. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Cap very much in place. Just that kind of purplish hue. And I'll spray this. Okay, so what I'm getting right on my skin right away is I'm getting those just beautiful wood notes. So I'm getting that temple oud and that creamy sandalwood, the vetiver. I'm getting the amber a lot in there. Musky, kind of like patchouli balmish, but not overly like bold in your face. The lavender is really beautiful. That is one of the notes that really came out in the beginning and really stayed with the fragrance, which is very reminiscent of like an old school 80s classic fragrance, where you would have some of those really strong masculine notes, and then you'd have them softened up a little bit by something like lavender or something more floral, but still stayed in that masculine realm. And that's really what I got on my skin all day long with this fragrance, is you had a beautiful scent bubble around you in the beginning, but the fragrance really stayed with you, like I said, 11 plus hours. That's crazy. But I don't want to, say, oh, it was like crazy insane for 11 plus hours. No, of course the fragrance is going to die down as it dries down. That's what you would expect. But what I'm saying is the fragrance is strong, and not strong like overbearing or too much in your face and obnoxious. It's just the fragrance stays with you like one of those old school classics that is, very reminiscent of like an 80s classic fragrance that was very gentlemanly, that, you're wearing the power suit and you dress to the nines, and you're wearing something that really stands out that's bold. But when I say bold, it's more of like a confident bold, not like bold in your face, like too extreme. This would be a mature scent. I don't think, someone in their 20s is gonna rock this, and that's fine. Yeah, there's fragrances for every age, but this is definitely something that you're wearing to the office, all dressed up, nice events. It's just a great, beautiful fragrance. And it's not one that is too heavy that, like right now, we're in the high 80s. I had no problem wearing it out today, and I was actually standing out in the sun during breaks, during a training. Everything was fine. Wasn't getting like any sticky residual or any of that stuff that sometimes heavier fragrances tend to do in heat. So I'd say this is perfect. Maybe better for winter or fall, but still okay for spring and summer for sure. So you can get the 2-ounce bottle for $95, and this is the 4-ounce bottle, and it goes for $155. Right now you can pick it up at Nordstrom. You can also go to Zaharoff.com and you can get a sample of this fragrance to try it out. But like I said, old school classic, like an 80s type scent is what it reminds me of. My stepdad had a lot of the old school fragrances like Hugo Boss and Armani, and I actually have those now too because I really enjoyed those fragrances. I remember smelling them, and it just reminds me of that old school way. He was always dressed up to the nines, and he was wearing those old school fragrances. And so it's not an old man fragrance, so don't get me wrong there. It's just, I think, is an old classic fragrance. Very woody. Wood notes definitely stick out, and the sweetness of the pear is not really detectable, but I get more of the lavender and a little bit of that black pepper. So I would say more of the floral of the lavender with the woods makes it perfect. So I definitely like the fragrance. I definitely like the man behind the fragrance. George Zaharoff truly is a great human being. I highly suggest you check out his personal Instagram page and his brand page and look into this fragrance and support Zaharoff, because I think there's just only better things to come from Zaharoff. He truly has a passion for the art of fragrance and design and everything behind the creative side that makes things as wonderful as this. That's what I love. Not just someone who is churning out products and doesn't really care about the consumer. They're caring about this and that's it. Truly caring about making a product that they can stand behind and be proud, and truly interacting with the consumer. So I really thank you, George, for sending this to me, and I wish only the best. And like I said, I highly suggest you check out this fragrance and you start following Zaharoff's brand page and his personal page on Instagram. A great human being, truly a great human, great, beautiful insight, profound thinking, thought-provoking thoughts. Like I said, this dialogue that we had going back and forth in the email, we were just talking about personal things about tragedy and overcoming adversity and all these things that he had gone through and that I had gone through. And it's just, you don't see that. And I have tremendous respect for anyone that doesn't give up when faced with adversity, because everyone's got their shit in their life. And some people, they find it much easier just to give up. And I have tremendous respect for someone in this industry where it's very cutthroat and you can lose your business like that. And to come back from what he came back from is just, it's amazing. So I support you, George. I support the Zaharoff brand. And like I said, please give it a check out. And I'll see you again for another fragrance review or a shave. Thank you, George. I truly appreciate it. Take care, everyone.